I don't wanna. I did wanna. I did wanna do this today, but like something keep jigging at me about this right and wrong thing. You know, there's only two things that never change. You can't go sideways on neither one of them. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And that's what we judge by. You can't do, you can't have a situation present itself beyond anybody control, and then you say, well, this is the right thing I'm talking about, but you're doing all kind of bad things trying to get your point across to people. And that's where you're wrong. God only deal with right and wrong, and he gives us a way out when we get in situations where in this reality that we're in, where we have to handle it in a righteous type way. And the way you really supposed to be is righteousness always supposed to prevail. Now, you go out there and got a good cause to raise sand and do all kinds of different things, but you can't go looting and tearing up the place and doing all kind of bad stuff like that. Just because you got a right foundation, and this coming on the end of righteousness, that's wrong. Our eternity is based on how we handle stuff like that. God gives us a way out, but we never take it. He tells us, even if you give your life for righteousness, you surely saves it. Now that's kind of hard to say, because I'm not facing death right now, but that's God's law, and that's why you're supposed to take up that kind of understanding about right and wrong. That give up your life for righteousness, you surely save it. That's the clearest thing that I know about how a righteous man be put to the test when he ready to die. Jesus showed us that, and all that stuff he went through, and all the tribulation that came upon him, he held to just that. Now, God also got other things in there about forgiveness. Although somebody might take somebody's life that's really close to you, and they bring all kind of hateful emotions within you, you have to forgive that person. That's one of the hardest things that a human being, being an emotional being, has to learn to do, because that's one of the hardest emotions that you go through, but you still have to forgive them. But once you have a situation like that in your life, you can see where when you honestly forgive them, all that hatred, and you want to do all kind of different things to that individual for causing this here thing to come upon you, and you actually feel that forgiveness. Now, that situation created an emotion within you, and so that emotion has to be removed, and that's what forgiveness does. When you give them, you can feel, if you honestly feel it, like you felt that part where you wanted to do something about it, you honestly feel forgiveness, that forgiveness will relieve you of that emotion, and then you can keep going living your life and going towards your eternity. One thing about eternity, that's forever and ever and ever, a million years. But in looking at that, sometimes people seem to think, at least I do too, that if somebody do something bad to you, you expect God to do it right then and there. Kind of remind me when I was on the drugs all that time. I'm praying, well, you can stop me, you can stop me. I expected God to stop everything and just come right down and stop it. It took me almost 25, 30 years, you know? But God came and he stopped it. God, forever, billions and billions and billions and billions of years. So you expect him to just come down here and do this for you, and you're like, it's not like that. It's not like that. He had us protected when we was in the Garden of Eden, but he didn't back off on us and make things bad happen to us. That was the role of the devil doing that, making things bad for us, trying to turn us towards him. God just sit back and watch and watch and watch, and he didn't put his hand out there, nothing. He let us make our own decisions about life. And that's why when the devil took us took Jesus on the mountaintop and offered him everything, that's where we lost everything. Because we are emotional beings, and everything that you do on the face of the earth seems to bring a strong emotion, and that's how we lost. And that we didn't have God to protect us from all those emotions. So we lost. But we have to try to understand this reality that we in, that we call life. And trying to understand it, some situations when you try to forgive and stuff bring pain and trying to find the forgiveness feeling, but some situations that we just give up and let the feeling remain in us. And that's where we jeopardize our eternity. And that's why God put tribulations in there to try to jar our senses to me. Jar our senses to try to make us do the right thing. The emotional part that referee the right and the wrong seem like to me is one of the hardest things that we have to fight. Most of us, the devil start off by making us want things. We want a big house. We want a house. We want a car. We want. And that's his biggest thing. And that's what ties us to the world. But we won't take our time and see. It kind of reminds me of when all that good music was tying us to the world during our generation. Tying us to the world, but we didn't never take time to see if that's what was tying us. But that's what was tying us to the world. I used to ride all the way to Fort Lauderdale, 200-some miles, listen to one record all the time, just feeling that emotion. I was stupid. So stupid, my name should have been Stupid Sam. But after all the tribulation I went through, you see how I'm talking now. You see how I think now. And the funny thing about that part of life, maybe I might skip around a little bit and might slip and stuff like that, but you have to bear along with me because like stuff be trying to get out, and then it come and then I mention and stuff like that. But when I was doing all that and couldn't see, I didn't recognize that in that awareness during the time that I was gonna be in this awareness in about 15 years. And this is what we're trying to get in there, because I'm trying to squeeze this in so you can understand that because you're young and in a situation and in a bunch of emotions and your awareness there, you think that's the only awareness that you're going to ever have. That's wrong. You're going to get to a state, especially after you get older, and some of the things that you be undone while you're young, and the prison full of people be undone things while they're young, and that old messed up part about life, that when you get in that older awareness going to be inside you, you're going to be able to look back, and then you're going to be able to say, well, I wish I wouldn't have done that if this awareness was in me now. And that's what I find myself in. Looking back and finding out that some of the things that I did when I was in that young thing that called me to prison twice and caused all that, I would have never done them if I had this awareness. I did never take in consideration about this awareness and this reality in this here reality about life, that I had to be able to watch from the future first and then look back and try to judge how to handle the situation. But I didn't do it. I might have explained that a little, off a little bit, but just like I be trying to get out the goodness about life, the devil always stop me. And one of the greatest things that I learned about him stopping me is that part about Job. The biggest part about that, I don't take that because he lost his kids, because of this and because of that. The biggest part I take from it, when he was talking about sitting up to God, he done got all God, I got all your people. I got all of them. That made me think he can go in and out of us anytime he wants. So just like I can see now how he come in and out to try to interrupt your thoughts, try to change your whole viewpoint on different things, I can see when he do me like that, because he trying to stop goodness of God getting out any kind of way he can. But talking a little bit about him, he can't go that much no further than my daughter, the 6 senses. He can't do nothing no further than them 6 senses, and he start off from the mind. Now, his stuff come to the heart, but with those 6 senses and all that, it comes from the outside in. Now, you want, when you're dealing with your heart, you want to try to bring all your feelings from the inside out. You see how that forgiveness is? That forgiveness comes from the depth of your heart. And you can feel that strong emotion coming from the heart when you have a strong situation that happened to you in life. You can feel that strong emotion come from the inside out. And that the kind of stuff give to the poor and help this here and do all them, those kind of things is the thing that come from the inside out. A lot of people say he hid the tree of life, but I don't think he hid nothing. You don't have to hide nothing with God. He's God. I think he gave it right there to us, and I think he put it in our hearts. But But I do think when he said he searched the rooms of the heart, I think that's true. And I think that tree of life is it. That tree of life. And it's right there within you. But you yourself can grow it or you can let it fail. But look like today, people are starving it. They won't take none of the emotional parts of it, what it takes to grow the tree of life, because he searched the realms of the heart. They won't try to figure out what brings the feeling from the inside out and use that as much as they can. But I can understand why, because you have to have hope, faith, charity, and forgiveness. All those hard things for people to feel. And then the people got so selfish. Jesus Christ, the government supposed to be for the people. I cannot see how they can even conceive in doing this thing we having with the viruses and stuff. I cannot see could they expect to give you a little bit of money one time and don't worry about it no more, and they tell you gotta sit home. Ain't the government supposed to be for the people a certain amount of money? I wouldn't care if it's 10 years the government take care of the people. I wouldn't care if it was 40 years. We don't even have life the way we used to have it a long time ago. But the government supposed to be formed for the people. I can't understand it. But it seems like the concept about life is closing in on us. God, it look like to me, God finna destroy the whole thing. And it don't take that many plagues for him to do it. Just like he destroyed it with the water. They will not come to their senses and understand we, America, supposed to be for the American people. Russia's supposed to be for the Russian people. Supposed to be doing everything. The country's supposed to take care of itself. And that means the people. That bothers me. I don't know why I'm so about this kind of situation that upon us, but I am. I can't understand it. I spent 6 years in the Air Force. I said I'd die for my country, and I meant it. But now here comes the time for the country to take care of the people and everybody. They don't want to. You got a few people sitting up there don't want to take care of people and asking the people to stay inside. The job going, everything going. Y'all just still sit there. How they expect people to survive? People shouldn't have to be like that. People should be able to come pick up their checks, go pay their bills, go do everything, and ride around, do what they want, and go right back inside their house. Okay, the next week, here come their check, they do this here, go right back in there. And they supposed to be able to do it, I don't care for 10, 15, 20 years. That's what this country is. And all the necessities like your garbage pick up and down, they can rotate a certain amount of people going around doing that. But let the people be taken care of. I can't understand it for nothing anymore. I'm just a GED person. Think about all those great colleges and all these great preachers out there act like they don't see that simple thing. The people is for America is for the people. I can't understand I'm 72 and it's time for me to die. It's time for me to go out the back door. But I don't have no problem with going out the back door. I done had a full life, and this is the kind of understanding about life God just planted in me now. This how he planted it within me. Why y'all can't take care of the people? What the country supposed to be for? Jesus Christ. I looked at all them cars. Sitting there waiting on people to put food. Thousands of them. Maybe not thousands of them because the TV don't let you see all of them. But it got to be millions and millions of people suffering hungry, kids and everything else. And they seem like they don't care. They seem like they don't care. And then it just hurt me to my heart. It hurt me to my heart that bring tears to me. It brings tears to my heart. But what can I do about it? I'm just a little GED educated person. Ain't got no sense about nothing. Only thing I can do is see and watch. And get back to them preachers. Them preachers should be screaming for the poor. Everybody should be. They ain't got no millions of dollars situated out there so they can continue paying their bill. Jesus come here for the poor. Why them preachers ain't screaming? And then screaming shouldn't only come from America. It should be coming from Israel, Japan, Russia, all the people, because this is a world thing. All the people should be coming together. I don't know why people can't come together no way. What is this? Just because money is the driving force, what is it about people don't care about people? And everybody trying to be a king and trying to dominate a country. That look like they should be able to come up with something better where they all come together and still live and take care of all the essential needs that every man should want and just be good people. But most of the time, you can't get that for nothing in the world. There's walls and everything that let people die. Jesus Christ. Let people die and everything. And if people understood this here thing about life, they wouldn't want to die now. Because most of everybody got something wrong with them. They remind me of the flood. God killed them all. He didn't save but 8. God killed them all. And you sit around and you watch it and you live out your heart. I know I live out my heart. I care about people. I ain't got a dirty, nasty feeling in me against nobody. I don't hate. And this feeling that's running around with the black against the white and they just screaming and all this kind of stuff and they telling you about don't bring a bunch of people together, and then I see them walking down the streets, whole bunch of, all that kind of mess. No, you're supposed to just get in your heart and live in your heart. And if death comes to you, God says He's going to save you, and that's the thing you want to be in. But most of the people don't understand just that part. God said, if you sacrifice and give your life for righteousness, you surely save it. But most of the people are dirty, nasty, and everything else. Now that's just the God, and they hateful. You can't hate nobody. How you going to get in heaven without forgiveness? Even the murderer, you have to, well, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Everything that comes across your path, you have to forgive. Then you run around, and then you got some people wanting to start talking about the police. Jesus Christ, can you imagine? You see some of these countries without the police. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't for no Trump, no nothing, because I see how that whole thing is with him, and I see he don't care nothing about nobody. I seen how that Epstein or whatever that guy was. But I just can't understand why do they keep doing the same thing for money and for power. And everybody, I don't care. I looked at Muhammad Ali. I looked at what we were looking at, some Dolly Parton or some woman the other day. And after they age, people don't speak of them no more. They were beautiful people. All of them. They were beautiful people. They can have walls, and they have to do it, and then they have a whole history of dirty, nasty stuff. And I don't think they never ask God for forgiveness. And so if you don't ask God for forgiveness for something bad, that thing stay with you. Ain't but two things that we have to be judged by, but we definitely don't understand just those two things. Right and wrong. And then you try to put a little cover on the wrongness. But I swear God don't cover nothing. Nothing under the sun is hidden. That will cover that. You can try anything you want. God will get you. God, nothing under the sun is hidden. So everything, God already know it now. And they steadily be trying to not stick to righteousness. Right and wrong. And that's the only way it comes. And that's what we all judge about what's right and what's wrong. Only thing I can say about those people, they be scared to die. Now, I don't doubt that I might get a little feeling of something when death coming to me just right out, and it don't come quick, but I wish it come quick when it come to me. And so I be gone, and I feel like I'm going to be with God, because I see how I was, I see how my heart is now, and God is me. That's how I want to be like God. But all them people who done killed and did all kinds of dirty, nasty things to people, they kind of remind me of when the flood was coming. If I only would have known. And then all these big-time preachers, with millions and millions of followers. I can't go nowhere until I talk about God with nobody. Well, I'm calling up one of these big-time preachers, or some preacher did this, but I can't see. I seen one the other day speak up for righteousness. I think his name was that Roberts guy. That Roberts. He was older now, but he spoke up. That's the only one. I don't see where nothing coming out of Israel. I don't see where nothing coming from nowhere. But I don't look at that much TV on that side of it. But like all them other channels, because me and my wife look at them old prayer masons and all this old kind of stuff. But I seen him. I was so happy. And he was jumped down, giving God the credit and talking about God. I was so happy. I sat there and listened to him to that whole thing. I liked it that. You know, he was white. I don't hold no bad emotion like I hate white people. And I don't hold no bad emotion like I hate black people. I seen a commercial or something that, I don't know what it was, but I seen two little old kids, one white and one black. They ran up to each other and hugged each other. Those kind of emotions wasn't in them, wasn't in those. And to me, we all have to be like that. I don't think that we can enter the gates of heaven with a feeling where you hate people or like you can't hug a different race of people. I think that's why God destroyed all of them people during the flood. He just killed them all. But can you imagine God sitting there and lived 1 billion years, 100 billion years? He done seen all this before. And he done kill them all, because they done been finding some ruins that go way, way, way back. And it wouldn't surprise me if God ain't been killing them the whole time. But most of the people don't understand that somewhere they gotta make a stand. Somewhere. They got to make a stand. And whatever philosophy you following, as long as it's got right and wrong in it, the root of it, and you traveling the right way, I think you can be saved. As long as you want to treat people exactly how you want to be treated. You screaming right out now, white power, and that means you hate the black man, so you want to be the number one person, that means you wrong. You run black power, and you hate the white man, that means you wrong. If the white man hate the black, he wrong. If the black man hate the white, he wrong. I can't see him going to heaven. And I think that's what I see in most of all of them be afraid to die. They so afraid of death. They been lived a wonderful life, but they terrified of dying and trying to get everything to stay here. When is it that you're gonna get any kind of emotion within you where you want your rewards for going through this here test that look like we in? You want your rewards what's gonna make you be in. God said you made in my image, you're gonna be able to do anything I do. When is you gonna want that? When are you gonna want that? No, like to me, all of them is scared to death of dying. Operation here, give me an operation there. No, you gotta fix this now. You gotta do this for me. You gotta do that for me. You can't do that. You can't. That's when you know you getting God in your life. When you can accept the end. Ain't no question within you about it. Because you know you're always in trying to, how you say it, figure out this philosophy or figure out this worldly situation that you're in and where it comes from. You always have your back up against the wall. And you got to wrestle with faith and belief. But belief is the main one that I love. I always run back to belief. Belief the thing that helped me. And I done got free. All I do is lay down and try to feel godly emotions. I love. They feel good too if you could get them. But Jesus Christ, I don't worry about what I wear. I don't worry about how I look. Maybe now a little vain because I try to have appearance of looking nice and clean and try to take care of myself like that. But I don't suffer from nothing. I can't, right now I'm thinking, I can't think of one feeling that's engulfed me besides I like to lay down and try to find faith feeling, try to find belief feeling, try to find hope feeling, try to find charity feeling. And when I'm trying to fix it, because I try to do everything I can to try to extend the feeling, but you know I was a tree man, and a chainsaw got a buzzing coming out my ear. I be trying to hook that buzzing up on up on that godly feeling, and the other day I think I did it, and that hearing just started me going, and I was out there moving around in a godly feeling a little bit, but you know I don't never stop trying to figure out a way to be able to walk around here like Jesus. Jesus had God in him 24/24, and I loved him to be able to do that. But some things that man can do, God have a saying in there too, said, if you had the faith of a mustard seed, the mustard seed, you can tell that mountain to get up and move. I honestly believe that, but I believe we just ain't learned how to do it. And I think there's a way within us to do the great thing, but we just ain't learned how to do them. I see how the internet is. All my life, we never had that. I'm old, man. You know I ain't had none. I had phones this way. And when you try to put a phone in the car, I thought that was the greatest thing they did. But you look at the internet, they didn't know how to do that. They just learn it. And now they making a mockery of it, but they learn it. I don't look at that like it's just some great accomplishment, because I think the people took it a different way and got greedy. And they use greed, usually with greed. And that's one thing that I don't like about that. And then, but they won't take the true knowledge to understand if they can go send a tower and tower shoot everything through something, come all through your house and listen to everything all through everything. That means there's something in what God said you had the faith of a mustard seed that you can do those great things. you could do something. You like that mountain to move, and it'll get up and move. I think that's in us, but we just don't know how. I think the devil blocked off all that in us, and he took the mind, and that's far as he can go. But he can see any time that we be looking for something like that. Now he let us probably get that internet thing, cause it's a cesspool. Most people want to fight, get on that thing and get the cussing and acting all crazy. He'll give you anything to pull you towards him. And it's got its good points now, but it's a cesspool. It truly is a cesspool. And all the kids, they stop with the game. The real part, what they can benefit from is learn how to stop them hikers and all that kind of stuff. Because they just do all kind of things. And then they steal so bad. Get your account numbers and steal all your little money you work hard for, and they started trying to steal it and taking themselves closer and closer to hell. Like I said, hey, but it's right or wrong. Those are the two guidelines about this reality that we in, that we call life. Either it's right or it's wrong. What you want people to do to you, don't you do it to them. But they don't want to understand that for nothing in the world. They like that pleasure. Oh, I got me $1 million. I got me a girlfriend over here. I got one over here. I got one in Australia. I got one over there. And I'm going to fly and see this one this week, that one, just for the emotional feeling. But they don't know over a period of time, as you get older and older, those feelings cease, and then there you go, an old person with your mouth hanging out, and God be saying, oh yeah, now it's time for you to die. Now you reaped all that, you enjoyed all that, but now it's time for you to go to hell. What you mean hell? That's the place, that's the place you go to when it's time for you to burn forever and ever and ever. What you mean? Burn forever and ever. Oh, you was scared of hell. I remember when you was in there, I looked in your head, but now it's time for you to do it. I don't think nothing on the face of this earth, no emotion, no nothing, it was hell, going to hell. What? You live good for a short period of time? I looked at that guy that was at that dance with Trump. That guy looked at like, I think they hung him or something. I don't know what they did to him truly. But that guy looked like he had experienced all the kind of emotions that he wanted to experience of the world. Wasn't enthused about nothing. Didn't care about nothing. That's how you have to get. Without the garbage, going through the garbage, you got to be like that in life, period. Don't want to do nobody. Don't want to treat nobody dirty and nasty. You don't want to mess with nobody else's wife. You don't want nobody to mess with yours. You do everything that you don't want for somebody to do to you. Don't you run out and do it to somebody else. You don't want to mess with nobody. Have somebody's daughter stuck somewhere. You go in the poor side of the town and pick out all the poor people ain't got no money. You don't want to do stuff like that, because I'm telling you, there's only two things in this reality of ours. You might have to look down a little bit to find where the right is and the wrong is, but there's only two things. It's right or it's wrong. And that's what you judge by. And that's why God searched the realms of the heart, because that feeling that you felt that made you feel so good in the wrongness, that's the one that determines your eternity, to heaven or to hell. And that's why it's a shame. When I was looking at this thing about the epidemic, first thing, me and my wife rode around on the beach, by the beach. I didn't see not one person with a thing on their mask. But I ain't had no mask. I was in my car, and we don't wear them. We old people. without God in our life, we depend on God for everything. But I did see what I used to like to see when I didn't have God in my life. Bunch of skimpy girls wearing their hair nude and all these good pleasures that you can imagine was on display. Then after I seen all that whole beach, it was about 20 miles of that beach thing like that. Then we looked over at then we looked at it in the other part of it when they were talking about the bars. We looked at a movie about bars or something, you know, people want to congregate, don't want to drink alone at home. Then I seen the same thing. Everybody seemed to be looking for some kind of situation, dancing or something other, with somebody looking at them and admiring them. I said, great day. I said, thank you, Lord, for giving me some insight about this reality that I'm in, that got death on the end of it. And thank you for helping me see clear. And that's what it takes. You have to be able to see. And I thank my daughter for giving me that imagination. Because that devil, stay with that imagination. Stealing, the robbing, the killing, everything. That imagination is one of the worst things that you can have, but you yourself have to learn to control it. And you can't turn it loose to be on its own. You can't. It'll bring all kinds of stuff to you. And especially with the sex, one of the strongest emotions that we have to fight for our eternity. We got some emotions that we have to really, really fight. But then you have to realize too, what Jesus told them, yeah, she might have been doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that, but who without seeing cast the first stone? I'm a man, I went through that before I could see. That's all you look at. The sex. That's all we look at. And that's what most people who want attention, that's the pushing force out the door. Half nude on the beaches, in the club getting all drunk, and your emotions start flowing. Ooh-wee. I swear I wish I could have had a mind like this back then. But I didn't. I was just like everybody else. That's why one period of time I was scared to die, just like everybody else. Now it's time for me to die. I'm 5 more months, I'll be 72. 72, what life expectancy? 85 now, done doing some more. Time to go. And then the people you losing that youth thing a lot faster. Ain't nothing I can do about it, but sit here sometime and talk like this and pray and hope that somebody might get something where they can halfway understand. But God said, if you seek it, you're going to find it. He said, if you seek it, you're going to find it. And I believe that. God's intention is to save everybody. But he just letting all of us make our own decisions now. He used to make them. He letting all of us make it. And he'll save every last one of us. But we can't fool him. That's why he searched the realms of the heart. And we judge by what emotions that thing they're judging you. Your emotions from the different situations that come before you. You got good situations and you got bad situations. And you never compromise your eternity. But he put something in front of us that we never pay attention. He said, put me first in your life. Only then, you don't have nothing to worry about, because anything come at you, I'm right there before you, in the front. What you gonna do? What you trying to do here, devil? Get your... That's how God do the devil. Get your devil. You see how he blessed Job with everything he lost? That's what he'll do to us if we stand up. This here is almost just like a test. I see how smart people pass the test in all that super education in those kind of fields. They pass them tests. But the simplest test is what I'm doing right or is it wrong? They fail. The simplest, anybody want to do two things, is it right or is it wrong? But they fail. Harvard graduates and everything. I think of all them judges that they putting in every prayer. All of them fail the test. Everything you see out there fail the test. Got some dirty nastiness inside of them that they ain't got no control of. And if the situation presents itself for that feeling to come out and live, that feeling come out in them and live. And they judging everybody else who's suffering at a low level because the poverty seems to run people towards help. And we get help when we can get God in our life really strong. That's who we rely on to help us. Because sometimes we get honestly. You remember that thing where, who that? Moses, I think it was. Moses went there and led all them people from that bad tribulation all of them was in. That's when God heard them all crying and praying down there. And that's when God sent Moses back and Moses really led them out there. But then when you got them crossed, they turned on him. Oh my, now, oh yeah, they turn on him. Only right and wrong. That's the only thing that you should be worried about, and you should actually cherish that you know all of this is temporary. All of it temporary. We all gonna die. You should act like you can't wait to die, and so if this is such hard for you to go through, the whole thing will be over and you'll be able to do what God wanted you to do. You got some people don't even, they take that, ain't none of that, I don't believe in that. I was like that, I know. I wanted to do everything I wanted to do, but I still wanted to, I wanted to enjoy all the feelings that's out there that the devil had me in. And didn't want to give up nothing. No, I don't believe it. I hear behind, I don't believe it. I don't believe I'll give up nobody. That's the way I was. I was stupid. I told you my name should have been Stupid Sam. Got in so much trouble. Went through all kind of different situations that wasn't right in your life and you know it. And that's why you see me trying to make these things, but I try to reveal this life to you in a sense, but sometimes it's hard for me. I don't be wanting to come out here all the time, but something always jigging at night. Do this. And I'm quick to think, well, you ain't doing what God wants you to do. And then, and that's that he just scared me into God because I want my eternity. Like I said in a couple of them things a long time ago, I think I said a few things like, I don't want, look at the devil, he don't want me to get that part out. But it was something in my life long time ago that I said, but now it's kind of hard for me to remember it. But most times when it's like that, the devil be to peek in on me and try to stop something. Because he don't never stop. But this one thing he can't stop. I hate nobody. I love righteousness. And I wish that God saved all mankind. I wish he saved all mankind. And if a message can get out to the people, what's that buzz? Let me peep out here. No, I look at that like the devil was trying to interrupt this conversation and trying to send me further back from it. It was something I wanted to say previously, but then it took the thought. But that buzzing that started coming through the thing made me think somebody I got up and look with there. I think my wife peeked in there and told me don't worry about it, you know. But she a big help. 45 years we've been together. We had our ups and downs. 45 years we've been together. Then I'm quick to tell you. I said, you know what? We've been together 40. I had one woman for 45 years. She quick to say, what about me, one man for 45? I go to laugh. I go to laughing about that 45 years. But you know, and after I got God in my life, I don't lust, I don't do nothing. That's all I used to do, lust and stuff like that. I'm so happy God in my life. This is the happiest I ever been in my life, too. And she do everything for me. Take off my shoes, put my shoes on, like I'm somebody special, you know. That's what everybody needs, a good mate. Somebody who can make them forget about all the dirty, nasty things that the devil try to use on us. You have to have a good mate. I always say about that, it's that real God took from us to make that Eve. And sometimes I think we have to find the right woman that can replace that real. And they become as one. God always said that man and that wife, they supposed to be as one. But by him taking that rib out of man to make Eve, I see why he can say that. Because it's hard for us to make it through him without a woman. Now that's just the truth. It's hard, excuse me, it's hard for us to make it through without a woman. It's hard. Helps us, give us foundation and stuff. But ain't nothing impossible with God. And that's how I learned. Nothing. I guess I'll be coming to the end of this talk, but I know it's something that I'm going to remember what I really wanted to talk about. I talked about that. I'll be trying to do the experiment to make the feeling last. And I talked about how I spend most of my time feeling godly feelings. And I know that's what I meditate all the time on, trying to feel those feelings. But I won't let everybody do that. try to feel those feelings, what you read about faith, hope, charity, and forgiveness, and belief, and all that. Just concentrate on trying to feel those feelings. Just concentrate and leave all the devil side. Let him have them. And you try to disconnect yourself from that side and recognize it. But when you put God in your life first, that's going to come natural. You ain't going to want to hear nothing about no devil. You might find yourself accusing a lot of things and thinking a lot of things too when you get on this kind of road and you start peeping in on other people a little bit, you know? And that's when the hard part comes, but you just keep on going. And I'm going to tell you one thing else, when you do start peeping and thinking you feel people and know people, what people doing, you're going to have to be strong about that. The devil be doing that. The devil be pushing that, the devil. And he ain't going to never let them know he doing that. He ain't going to never let them know he's doing that. Because that's the greatest thing that he got. We don't know that he can come in and out of people. But when he visited God and talked with Job, that's when he showed that I can give you, make any of your people, huh? Have you tried myself with Job? That let people know, but people don't put that much attention on that part. They think about what Job lost. All that, you don't worry about the lost thing. You think about what he can move through people. And you never know he's there. But sometimes if you really want to try to find him, get your mind real clear. Don't think nothing good and nothing bad. And you watch the first thought come to you. Most of the time it'll be a bad one. That's when you know he can come in and out you. And that's when he won't have as much influence on you as he did when you didn't start looking and recognizing him. That's the only thing that stopped me years ago when I used to ride all the way to Fort Lauderdale listening to the music. I didn't know that he the one was causing me to listen to that. And you had me tied up for hours at a time listening to the old music. And back then, the music, Who Making Love with Jolie, and all this old sneak out stuff, it was all dirty, nasty stuff. All dirty, nasty stuff. And that's how he tried to build up within you, to build that, all them kind of emotions up within you. It's hard for a good emotion to come through that because you're full of dirt. That's why God be searching the realms of your heart to see when the devil putting on it, did you fight at all to bring goodness through? Now, if you fought some, but God see where the devil tricked you, God, that's when his grace and mercy will save you. But do you fight at all? But back then, I didn't fight at all. I just liked it and enjoyed it, the whole trip, all dirty, nasty music. But us black people just coming out of slavery and stuff like that, that's all we had was our music. Most of them was church song music and stuff, but we took the other music when we got to where we can understand. But the devil, he knew he had us from a long time ago. Because we come from Africa, and Africa began witchcraft and everything there. We didn't have no good foundation, but when we got Christianity as a good foundation, that's when we began to progress. But that's why we can't get like stupid. No police. We don't want no police. We want to defund the police and stuff. Yeah, you always going to have some bad apples. I don't care where you go. You always going to have some bad apples. But basically, if people begin to go to God, the fruit and the fruit and the fruit, then you're going to have them being bad because they know that's where they eternity at. When they do something wrong, you jeopardize your eternity. In prison and nothing else can compare with death. And then throwing in a fire forever and ever. Sometimes when people look at do something wrong to you, you just look at them when you got God in your life. So you know what you just did, don't you? You just sealed the door to hell for you. That's where your comfort comes from, because you don't get us. This is the truth. You do not get away with one thing on the face of this earth without having to go through God. That's why God killed them all. Well, but 8 people saved. God killed them all. You're supposed to find comfort in that when somebody do you wrong. That's why you can forgive them. I watched a little kid the other day. Got beat him up foul, but the kid come back and shot the guy. Couldn't say, I fought the fight and I forgive him. He beat me, so he beat me. Okay, I forgive him. And they never had that. No, he gonna come back and sit down and wait 2 hours and then shoot the people. Ain't nothing more important in this here world than you getting with God and having your eternity.